You don't take a run at our rookie and get away with it. You hear that, Mr. Medvec, you frickin' coward? Yes, I am talking about a third period altercation, because really the game was rather uninteresting. The Wild basically dominated the first two periods. The Jets fall 4-1, with the only goal coming on a Brian Little backhander in the first. But the most notable thing is the fact that the Jets and Wild rivalry was probably born during the third period of the game. Now, since I'm recording this direct from my webcam, I can't show the video, but during the third period, Minnesota's forward Kyle Medvec, 6'5", spent most of the year with Houston last year, took a cheap shot and elbowed right to the head of rookie center Mark Scheifele. This did not sit well with Anthony Peluso, who was on the ice at that time. Peluso absolutely lost it and went after Medvec, but Medvec was too much of a fucking coward to, stand up for what he did and go out and, try and back up his cheap hit, and decided to go hide behind Zenon Konopka. This was when the game was 3-1, by the way. And then, after Medvec and Peluso left the box, there was no fight, but, after that, Kane started taking runs at Medvec and tried to get him to fight. Medvec did not oblige, so Kane just went absolutely berserk and hit anyone wearing a white jersey, and I fucking love him for that. Seriously, that's all heart, standing up for your, teammate. The game itself was just awful. My goodness. The third period was okay. The Jets actually played pretty well for most of the third period, but when you go 0 for 7 on the power play, there's just no you're not going to win games going 0 for 7 on the power play. The Wild were basically giving us chance after chance to get back in the game, and we just couldn't capitalize. Sorry, that game actually pissed me off. Medvec never, ever got into a fight or anything. Although, when King started hitting anything in a white jersey, that moved because Medvec was too much of a coward to fight him, which is in itself a cowardly thing, because I could understand not wanting to fight Peluso, because Peluso's a really good fighter. But Kane? Really? Kane just went off and started hitting everything that moved, and actually coaxed Stéphane Veilleux into taking an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. Unfortunately, the Wild scored a short-handed empty netter to put the game out of reach. So, with that incident described in decent enough detail, it's probably going to be reviewed by the league. At least I hope so. Scheifele was not injured, as far as I know. But anyway, let's get to the player of the game, worst player of the game, and play of the game. Alright, so the player of the game, really not too many choices. I think the choices were the two rookies, Morrissey and Scheifele, and I'm going to have to go with Josh Morrissey. This dude plays like a pro. He makes terrific puck decisions, crisp, clean passes, skates well. He has the best hockey IQ of any Jets defenseman I saw tonight. And that brings me to another defenseman that gets the worst player of the game distinction. That would be Adam Pardy. Buy this man the first ticket to St. John's. He was absolutely nowhere to be found the entire game. He reminds me of Randy Jones, and not in a good way. Because Randy Jones never played defense. Pardy makes Ron Hainsey look like an all-star. I can't believe I just said that. There were two other contenders for this, namely James Wright and Olli Jokinen. I have no idea why Noel kept bumping Wright up and actually gave him power play time. And I could understand giving Peluso power play time because, he's physical, he can play around the net, and he's big, obviously, so he could be a nice screen. Not to mention he scored the winning goal the other night against the Oilers. But Wright, who had 5 points all last year, doesn't play all that offensive. Doesn't really have the offensive flair. He's not really physical. He's not overly big, so he can't be like a guy in front of the net. I don't know. No L logic. And the other one was Olli Jokinen. KHL, I would like to make a deal with you. Pardy, Wright, and Jokinen. You can put them on whatever team you want. Even whoever the worst team in the league is at this point. I know last year it was Avtomobil East. But I think everyone in the league is at least one win right now. For Burmistrov, because I fucking miss Burmistrov already. Play of the game. Kane hitting everything wearing a white jersey in that third period. Also, Bufflin had a big hit on Charlie Coyle. But I'm going to have to go with Kane's hit on Matt Dumba that coaxed Bayou into taking a penalty. Had we been able to score on that power play, that could have changed, the last minute or so of the game. But so random thoughts. Fuck Pardy, fuck Jokinen, fuck Wright, fuck Medvec, and fuck the Wild. Saturday's rematch is going to be very interesting. Very interesting. Medvec's probably not going to play, which sort of sucks. Because, quite frankly, sorry, I'm fighting a cold. Quite frankly, that would be entertaining. Like, that would probably be the most entertaining preseason game ever. But anyway, I think that's all I really have to say. I mean, this game wasn't overly exciting. I think there were only I think only the rookies, Kane and Peluso, showed any heart tonight. And Montoya, like, on the first shot, he would be okay. But he just gave up way too many rebounds. That's all I have to say for this really, really, really interesting preseason game. Rematch Saturday, XL Energy Center. So until then, peace, go Jets, and fuck Kyle Medvec.